Yo, 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 yo. You rocking with the fresh. I'm fly for QNY
and TP.
Yeah. We back with another Crash and Burn.
Crash and Burn.
It's been a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hip hop entertainment topics to, you know, talk about, man. Get different views and opinions from.
Yeah,
man. So I guess we'll start off with one of the biggest topics right now as far as, you know, interviews go.
Nah, I think we should do that one last.
Well, yeah, I know it's I was actually talking about the other one.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
We definitely gonna do that.
They gotta stay. Yeah,
definitely.
They gotta stay put for that one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this one, I guess, is not the biggest one, but it was the biggest one last week. Everybody was talking about it. Mm-hmm. You know, $1 million worth of game interview.
Oh, okay.
Mase Betha.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was you know, on $1 million worth of game, you know, talking, and it was actually an interview before that they kind of backed off of, you know what I'm saying, with Fabio Foreign. He was talking about, you know, a deal he's been in for, you know, some years now that nobody knew about, you know, that, you know, Mase signed him actually for 5 G's. You know, he said he's still in that deal. So, you know, this interview kind of backed off of that. So, yeah. What's your opinions when it comes to that, and as far as, the interview?
I think it was a great interview, man. I think Mase, he cleared up a lot of, I guess, controversy. You know, you talking about the Fabio deal. He was like, yeah, I gave him 5,000, but actually, total, he got 750,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Total. So I guess somehow, that was a little, one of the advances was $5,000, but the total amount was 750.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he cleared up that. Then he cleared up some of the things that was going on during the time about when he first came out. He, I think he had Fabio was in the group, so I think Mase was, I don't know if it was like one of those festivals or it was a concert, but he put him at like, you know, one big concert or something, festival.
Yeah.
But he had 22 G's there, but Mase didn't know about no beef and no whatever and this, that, and the third, and Fabio and them didn't show up. You know, there was many. So basically, Mase just cleared up a lot of misconceptions and things that Fabio was saying, and he had receipts because he was showing Gilly and Wallow, you know, contracts. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. So, yeah, I mean, I think that was, you know what I'm saying, you know, the truth, you know what I'm saying, the truth finally came out. You know, then I think he got on the whole Diddy situation.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I can see where he coming from. You know, I think on the last Crash and Burn, I had mentioned, you know, some things about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can see where he, you know, he coming from, and I think he said he got his publishing and certain things back from, I think the not Bad Boy, but the actual label that's over them. I think he went to the, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, he kind of cleared that up too. So
yeah, it was a lot of references that was, you know, cleared up or whatnot. I think, you know, what I took from it most was, you know, the maturity of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of the aspect of it. You know, him and Cameron squashing.
Yeah,
beef,
shout out to Cam and Mase for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
squashing their beef, man.
Yeah, I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a good interview. A lot of, you know, aspects touched on that needed to be touched on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I could still kind of see. I could see what Cameron was talking about. You know, in different, you know, faces with him. You know what I'm saying? That they probably ain't never gonna change because that's just, you know, him putting on a show or whatnot. I don't feel that at all. I thought it was corny, all of these new videos he's making on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? You need a publicist like to tell him, like, you know what I'm saying? That what you trying to do, that ain't how you do it in this new era. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then again,
yeah.
I mean, clicks and likes and,
yeah,
you know, certain things like that is you know.
Yeah, I ain't feeling it, man. He looking like Pastor what's his name, Bishop Whitehead or whatever in Brooklyn, looking real corny. You know what I'm saying? And especially, you know what I'm saying, now that he done got robbed, everybody was feeling sorry for him, like, oh, you know, pastor or whatever. But he did it to his own self, making these little videos of his prayer closet and all of this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, it's just a little too much. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, the character has always been there with you know, Mason and Bethel or whatever, but you know, the way he's trying to do it in this new era, I don't know. I don't feel that side of him. But you know, on the other end, I'm glad that, you know, the interviews he got out, you know, some of the things that needed to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad on that aspect, you know. So yeah, man. But you know, I think that's a you know, a burn situation more than anything, because, you know what I'm saying, it had a lot of good parts to it, you know, that was dope, you know, that was, you know, fire or whatever, you know what I'm saying, but I think it had more good than bad. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So shout out to $1 Million Worth of Game, Gillian Wallow. Shout out to Mason Bethel and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we'll back off of that into another topic, you know what I'm saying, that's going on in, you know, hip-hop entertainment. Let's talk about this, what's her name? Is it Christian or ChriseanRock or BlueFace?
ChriseanRock.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't, you know.
Yeah, BlueFace, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know too much about, you know, the recent, you know, video, because I ain't watched that, but this situation has been going on with them for a while. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I didn't know they was together like that.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it goes to show you a lot of the stuff that happened a year or two ago was, you know, kind of capped, because they still together. And the back of my mind, I'm like, why is she even? Because you see your tooth knocked out and she just looked crazy, man.
Yeah. They call her Bluetooth now.
Man, you know, sometimes you gotta grow up and get out of toxic situations. You know, put it that way. You know, to me, it's just a toxic situation altogether. You know, you definitely crash. This is definitely a crash situation.
Oh yeah, without question. It definitely is. I mean, you know, people think with this new age media stuff, you know, is, you know, it's like you can make your own reality show. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the definition, you know, in this new age is that, you know, you go a little bit too far with stuff, you know.
Well, I don't know what the fuck they doing. They keep coming around.
That was real stupid. But anyway, there is a point to where, you know, you can take it a little bit too far. And with this situation, you know, it's too much, man. It's like, man, you know, you put cake in a bowl, then you pour in a bunch of candy on top of the cake, then you pour a bunch of, let's see, like Hershey's syrup on top of that. You know, then you put a lot of sugar. You know, it's just too much. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, how much can a person take? You know, and then I think this past weekend, it was a video of them getting into a little altercation, and somebody recorded it, and they was actually fighting. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people was going against, you know, BlueFace or whatever. And I mean, they supposed to, because a man's never supposed to hit a woman, but, you know, in this case, she started hitting on him, and I think it was to the degree to where he was defending himself. And I even seen a video after the fact that, you know, he was asking her to leave, and he said he would give her like 10 G's to leave him alone, and she was still in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she done got this dude's tattoo of him under her neck. You know what I'm saying? She got the missing tooth. It's like, man, come on, man. Like, toxic is beyond toxic, man. You know, it got to be a point to where you got to be like, enough's enough. And then earlier today, I seen a video recently, you know, his baby mom's, you know, just had the baby, you know, and he was gifting her a chain with a name on it. And then Shorty, you know, was responding to it, drinking a fifth of Hennessy, you know, talking about, you know, basically she couldn't believe, and, you know, or whatever. She was saying that the D is good, but this is, you know, it's like, man, come on, man. You know, I didn't even know Shorty came from the Bad Girls Club. That alone right there should have been enough.
You talking about the C-Rock girl?
Yeah.
Christian Rock? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know she was on the Bad Girls Club or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Fighting, you know, all these females and stuff. It's like, man, that's way too much, man. You know, but like bro said, it's a crash situation altogether.
Yeah.
I hope they find some peace. Hopefully she can leave him alone. Hopefully he can leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully she can gets the help that she needs, because Shorty, it ain't no question that she needs help. You know what I'm saying? He needs some help too, you know, especially involving his mom and his sister into it. And, you know, Shorty, him just standing around letting Shorty beat his moms and his sister up is like, that's crazy.
Oh man, that's beyond.
You know, and I think his sister was pregnant at the time, if I'm not mistaken. You know, but I could be wrong, but alone, it's just foul, man. You know, altogether, crazy. You know, so I hope, like I said, I hope that they get the help that they need, man, because, you know what I'm saying, they definitely need help in this situation, you know. But yeah, it's a crash situation, yo.
Yeah.
Straight up and down. Yeah. So, you know, we're moving to the next topic. You got something else to throw in, bro?
Nah, man,
Yeah.
that's about it. You know, I said my piece on it. It's definitely crashed from you know, because this particular situation has been going on for a couple years.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, it seemed like it just needs to be over and done with.
Way too long.
Yeah.
Way too long. Straight up and down. You want to throw in some music before we get into the topic?
Yeah, we can go play some catch up, man.
Yeah,
you know, some catch up for some albums. So.
Yeah. Can't play with it though. Lobby.
I basically talked about this album before. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start it off like this.
As soon as the city lit, we light up the city, bitch. Diamonds and Lamborghinis, we hop out of silly shit. Standing on top of phantoms, I'm all on my ditty shit. That rocks cover my charms, tattoos cover my scars. I look up in the sky, hope we all covered by God.
I said this is my you know, like my summertime shit right here.
find that. Rolls out the streets and the prisons, I design that.
I'm only rival, the neighborhood idol.
Yeah, but that was off the Lobby Boy album. That's my summertime. You know, that's my summertime shit right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and I can go ahead and
let me rock out for a minute.
yeah, probably like I don't know, man. It's probably one of my favorite Mano verses.
Yeah, definitely.
For you know what I'm saying. You know, I was kind of surprised about it. You know,
Yeah.
Even though they they did a lot of remixing on there, but I mean, it was dope though.
Yeah.
You know, I thought they, tracks that they remixed, they did a pretty good job on it. So
Yeah, I think the city needed it, you know.
yeah, coming from some vets.
Yeah, so bro played this summertime vibe. I'm gonna throw in a surprise real quick for my summertime vibe.
Okay.
White tiger stripes on a peacoat. $50 dollies on a ski boat. Bass drop, play it to your tape pop. Perfect smile looking like it's Photoshop. The last call was the last call.
Geechee Sway from Camp Low.
Yeah. Camp Low.
Yeah.
German ganja growing on my lawn pad. Up against the wall on a rumper. Jumpman dunks, double pumper. Steel drum, Jamaican rum. Tell me where you
It is.
Yeah, I guess he doing, his own thing or whatnot. I think it's dope, man, that, artists get to shine on their own and, get to do they idea thing on their own, man. So
Yeah.
I thought that was a dope shot. But yeah, it's definitely a summertime vibe.
Yeah,
joint
definitely,
right there,
man. That's a throwback joint right there.
Straight up on the rip. But yeah, like bro said, man, we're gonna get into this topic of all topics, man. We're gonna kind of clash two in together and make it one. We're gonna talk about, the Supreme Team documentary. The 3 parts that was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this recent Drink Champs Irv Gotti Ja Rule interview.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man. So let's start off with you, bro. You seen the documentary. What you think about it, man?
I seen the documentary recently. It was last week.
Yeah.
I watched all 3 parts, back to back. I thought it was a great documentary.
Absolutely. Shout out to Nas, man.
Yeah.
Nas is killing the documentary game right now, man.
I heard people that was saying Nas, how he didn't really narrate it like that.
Yeah,
like it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like he interviewed cats, but it wasn't like he was on the documentary telling the whole story.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see where that conflict was. People were saying, they should have somebody else doing a documentary.
Yeah.
The one thing that they didn't have, of course, they didn't have Bibby on it.
Yeah, shout out Bimmy, man. You know what I'm saying? For hitting the site, shouting out KRUZE Review, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Bim.
Yeah, shout out Bimmy, man. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of like, but it was mainly built around Preem and Prince.
Yeah.
So, and I don't see how, they could have fitted them in a little bit, but, to me, that documentary was basically around Bimmy and Prince. I mean, not Bimmy and Prince, excuse me. Preem and Prince.
Yeah, Preem and Prince, yeah.
Let me say this too, man, because I didn't know about this. Rest in peace to the little boy that I forgot his name, man, that got killed, he got shot 15 times or something. You know what I'm saying? y'all won't talk about this D Barnes shit. See, this is what I hate about this shit, man. Cause y'all celebrate this D Barnes like, oh, you know, this was a tragedy and blah blah blah. I mean, yeah, it was a tragic situation, whatever. But what about the little boy that got killed years before that?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you don't think there's karma that came back around?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all killed that little boy, so one of y'all's got took.
Yeah.
So I don't feel no way, you know, about this situation, man. The boy didn't even have a gravestone yet until recent time. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of pissed about that, man. You know,
You talking about the cop?
Yeah, the cop.
Oh, you talking about hold up.
What is his name? D Barnes or something like that? Burns.
Yeah, Burns. Edward Burns.
Edward Burns. I don't know why I said.
I was like Burns.
I'm gonna have to edit.
Thrown off for a minute.
I'm gonna have to edit that whole shit out.
Yeah. You threw me for a loop. For a minute, bro. I was about to get on my Google and be like D Barnes. I didn't see that part of the doc.
You know what I was thinking about? I think the Dr. Dre shit. That's what I don't know, because the name is Edward Burns. My bad, I don't have to scratch that whole thing.
Good, bro.
Edward Burns, you know, the Edward Burns situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People want to talk about Edward Burns, but, you know, they never said nothing about the little boy. I think his last name was Coleman. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But, you know, nobody talked about how this little boy got killed and shot up 15 times or whatever.
Absolutely.
You know, George Bush, punk ass, you know, like I stated before, you know, this is you know, the war on drugs, and you know what I'm saying? So I think they detailed that very well.
Yeah.
You know, to show the cause and effect of what happened with Edward Burns and the hatred and the targeting they done, you know what I'm saying, right after that situation happened. And then, you know, they targeted Preem, but you know, Fat Cat and Pappy and Preem, they was all separate crews.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, y'all try to, you know, link them all together, but, you know, I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I thought, you know, Preem team involved Fat Cat and Pappy and all them, but I didn't know that they were separate crews, so they cleared that up for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I think overall it was, for what it's worth and the amount of minutes that they put into it, I think it was a very dope documentary, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, yeah,
man.
Shout out to Nas and Mase Appeal, and I think Irv Gotti had a lot to do with that too. Yeah, that's what he said on, you know, Drink Champs. But yeah, what you think about it?
Yeah, shout out Nas, man. You know, for putting that together. I ain't going to that other dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mentioning that sucker's name. Tell him I said it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, it's a lot that I got to say right here. But before I say anything, you know, I know there's a movie supposed to be made. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting my way in to play Fat Cat. You know, because I already got the features. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Queens. I know everything about it. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all looking for somebody to play Fat Cat, I'm right here. Let me in there. Ain't nobody gonna play that role better than me. I'm damn sure ain't nobody gonna play that role better than me. Somebody that's from Queens, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I got family all over Queens. I know I'm from the other side, but guess what? My pops still live in South Side right to this day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a fact. But you know, another fact I want to point out, and this is, you know, personal, man. Everybody want to know the reason why, you know, my family and I moved to the South. You know, I'm not gonna say directly of what happened, you know, that was the reason, but a lot that had to do was in this documentary with Edward Burns had a lot of the reasons why, you know what I'm saying, my mom's got us up out of there. There was other reasons too, you know, it's personal, you know, that got to do with my family, but a lot of that, what happened, has a lot to do with why we moved to the South, because, you know, at the time, I was 5 and a half, about to turn 6, but I remember when, you know, it shifted in Queens and that happened. I remember that like it was the back of my hand when Edward Burns got shot, because this is something, and this is how you know what I'm saying, I'm straight out of Queens, because Queens got a nickname that people stopped using. They got away from it. You know what I'm saying? I still use it. I still use it to this day. And that nickname is South Suicide Queens.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Cop Killer Queens.
That too. I was about to name. Yeah. I was about to name that too. But you know, South Suicide, you know what I'm saying, came for a reason, and you know, Cop Killer Queens was the back end of South Suicide. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might say it's reversed, which it probably is, but you know, we heard was going on South Suicide first before, you know what I'm saying, Cop Killer, you know. And Edward Burns definitely was the definition and the reason behind Cop Killer Queens. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and this goes back to you know, the bridge is over or whatnot, and you know, the bridge, when all of that was made, and you know what I'm saying, even when you know, a lot of DJs was playing "Is Brooklyn in the House," you know, around that time, you know, people was, you know, saying Queens, quiet Queens. You know what I'm saying? They thought Queens was quiet. This documentary proved, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't always the case. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was different places like, you know, Harlem, you know what I'm saying, had Poe and, you know what I'm saying, all of them. Rich Porter. Yeah, Rich Porter and AZ. All of them, AZ doing their thing or whatnot. They definitely was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Uptown or whatnot. It's not to take away anything from that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it wasn't nowhere like Southside. I don't care what nobody say. It wasn't I remember a time after a certain time of the day, you couldn't even go to Southside. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you had family there or not. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my big brother Jay, you know what I'm saying, who made the Southside anthem. I'm gonna have to get with my brother to see if he still got a copy. But those on the Southside, y'all remember when Big J made, you know, S-I-D-E, this is how we represent NYC Southside. All y'all real ones know. You know what I'm saying? My brother Jay, you know, straight out of 130. You know what I'm saying? Rochdale Projects, straight up and down. Ain't no fronting going along with that. But, you know, people, real ones know. People know. You know, bro mentioned something significant with, you know, President Bush. And I remember when, you know, he was walking around with that badge and getting on, you know, TV with that. But here's what a lot of people don't talk about. They want to talk about, you know, all the drugs that was infested inside of, you know, Queens and New York or whatever. Who you think put them there?
Exactly.
You know, because before President Bush came along, there was another president, you know, who actually put drugs on the street, you know what I'm saying, and made the significant, what was it? I don't want to say anthem or whatever, but, you know, around 85, like the end of 85, 86, I remember going to school, you know what I'm saying, and when they was pumping that, I can't think of the word, but there was shirts, you know, tees, and there was, you know, different flyers. It was everywhere, crack is whack or whatever. that, you know what I'm saying, Reagan was trying to, well, it was actually Miss Reagan, you know, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, say, there's some people that say, well, she was a part of it too. You know, I personally don't think that she knew what her husband was doing. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of respect for Miss Reagan, you know, but I don't think she knew. It could be a possibility that she did know. But I remember when they was rolling around, when, you know, in school, I remember, you know, we used to have different, you know, people coming to our schools with that crack is whack or whatever. And, you know, I remember around that time listening to my mother, you know, talk about, you know, how he was the one bringing it, you know, putting it on the streets. So I knew about it. You know, I was cultured from that, from the jump a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? When Tom Brokaw used to come on TV. Yeah, that's old school. For y'all real ones to know, Tom Brokaw, you know what I'm saying? CBS News used to come on and talk about it or whatnot. Yeah, man, you know, it was a real serious time around that time. Most of my uncles died, you know what I'm saying, from, you know, AIDS that backed off in, you know, drugs and all of that, you know. Most of my uncles that I got, you know, passed away from that, you know what I'm saying, using dirty needles or whatnot, you know what I'm saying. I got a lot of family members on both sides of the family that, you know, was involved in that. But, you know, Queens, it was around that time, it was definitely, you know, a dark place to be in, you know. And the cops, the way that they treated black people, you know, a lot of people, you know, I tell people, people automatically think that the South is racist. Y'all ain't got no idea. You know what I'm saying? How racist cops still to this day. You know what I'm saying? Prodigy said it best, New York pricks and dicks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cops up north, you know, was racist as all get out. You know what I'm saying? Especially after that situation happened, everybody was a criminal. Everybody. Yeah. It didn't matter if you had a rap sheet or not. They took it as, you know, they took it like that. They treated you like that. So, you know, it was a rough time to be a New Yorker around that time, you know. I just wanted to mention that. But I thought, you know, as far as the three parts, how it was broke down, the music was phenomenal that they added to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it could have been a better music editor, whoever it was that, you know, that they put on there. It was really dope, you know, on the aspects, because it really touched in a lot of areas, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, from Preem to Prince and all of that, it really dug in it, you know, and everybody wanted to know, as far as like the third and, you know, one that was put on that came out, as far as, you know, the documentary.
Talking about part 3.
Part 3, yeah, okay. Yeah. You know, a lot of people wanted to know, you know, well, what did Preem do? They got him locked up. This tells you something else that a lot of people ain't gonna highlight. Yeah. And I highlighted it off the jump. It tells you that Prodigy wasn't as slow as people thought he was. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Prodigy, rest in peace Prodigy, because Prodigy put it in his book in detail, a lot what was on this documentary. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought, well, he wasn't, you know, a lot of that wasn't the truth or whatnot. You know, there was probably different parts that wasn't, but with this aspect, you know what I'm saying, Prodigy said it from the door. You know, rest in peace, E-Money Bags. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Black Just.
Eric Smith.
Yeah.
And let me say something about that too. I don't want to cut you off, because I was thinking about this, you know, early this morning, like, so far as the, you know, the beef with Bimmy, you know, Supreme or whatever, and, you know what I'm saying, how you feel the way about him with 50.
Yeah.
You know, you got to remember 50 was Black Justice man.
Absolutely.
And from what I understood from interviews, him and Black Just used to live together.
Yeah.
Bimmy and Black Just.
Absolutely.
So that's how he got introduced with 50, is through Black Just.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, this goes to show you how real, you know what I'm saying, you know, Bimmy is, because he ain't no yes man.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? And he told Preem, like, I remember the interview where he told him, he's like, man, you can't be just, you know, screwing over these young boys, because they, you know, they grimy just like us.
Yep.
You know, they the same type of breed. And
yep.
he told Preem about the situation with Money Bags, but you know how it go, egos and things like that.
Yeah.
Get in the way, and you know, whatever happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what I'm saying? That goes to show you Bimmy is a real dude, because
stand up.
He told your man, no matter what his status is in the street, he told him the real deal.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
You know.
Yeah, like bro said, Bim ain't no yes man, never has been. Money Bags wasn't no yes man. He ain't cared.
Yeah.
And you know, let me highlight E for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Brooklyn. Definitely shout out Left Rack City. You know what I'm saying? My little sister still live in Left Rack City to this day. You know what I'm saying? On the real. But a lot of you niggas that think you know hip hop and you know you go to your favorites or whatnot, you know, it's always, you know, well, you know, my favorite MC, you know, Jay-Z. A lot of what you hear now wouldn't be what you heard if Money Bags never died. It wouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these records that he made ain't never been heard or brought to the light. You know what I'm saying? But he was going at Jay's head. Well before Prodigy came into play. It's really how this beef happened. You know what I'm saying? With Nas and all of this, you know. It's really how it happened. That's really how it started. You know what I'm saying? It started with Money Bag. I'm not gonna go into details. You can do the research yourself. You know. And please do. Because it's a lot of hip hop history that a lot of you dudes don't know about in the streets. You know, y'all think y'all know or whatnot. You know, y'all going off of what other people say. All them niggas, you know, niggas ain't like that. You can have your opinion. You can still think, you know, Queens ain't like that. And this ain't me being biased. This is me knowing, you know what I'm saying, my background or whatnot. But you know, a lot that was on that documentary about when Preem went to Baltimore and all of that, and how the footage was found or whatnot. Who spoke about that footage? That same footage that was in the documentary. P spoke about it. So, you know, y'all niggas is detailing. Nah, that nigga, he just talking just to be talking. Nah, he wasn't just talking to be talking. You know what I'm saying? Because this goes back to, you know, what P talked about. Guess what? This even goes back to, you know, Stretch. Big Stretch. And all leads all the way back to Tupac, too. All of that, you know? But I thought it was a really, really dope interview. Really dope. And then, you know, we go all the way to Preem, and then, you know, this sucker gets on here and starts talking about, you know, Preem or whatnot. You know.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, he screwing up his face and shout out Joe Crack, because Joe Crack, you took the words right out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I posted it yesterday. Nigga, you was a sucker, nigga. If it ain't no if it ain't no sucker, the biggest sucker in the industry is Irv Gotti. I'm not calling you by what niggas know. Nah, nigga, you a Herb. That nigga's the Herb. This nigga's the Herb of all the Herbs. I can't stand the fact that this nigga's even from Queens, because it makes my stomach hurt, the fact that this nigga's from Queens. You know what I'm saying? Because nigga's just a sucker of the suckers. You know what I'm saying? You get on here screwing up your face like, you know what I'm saying? Like you the hardest of the hard. And I believe, if it's one thing out that book that I believe Prodigy when, you know what I'm saying, when he said, you know what I'm saying, nigga E Money Bags told me to tell you what up. And the nigga's face just turned. I believe that shit. I believe it. Nigga he's just a sucker to be a sucker. And, you know, hopping all the way into this interview, this Drink Champs interview, nigga. Like Joe Crack said, nigga, for you to still be talking about a woman, I don't know no nigga talking about a chick he done messed with 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You still talking about what happened 20 years ago? Well, the way I found out she was messing with a nigga or whatever, that right there is the sucker of the suckers. You know what I'm saying? You's a Queens sucker. Everybody in Queens need to smack this nigga for talking about a broad. That ain't how Queens do, nigga. To be talking about a broad, I don't care how bad she is or what she look like. You know what I'm saying? That is the corny of the corny. You talking about a broad you done messed with 20 years ago, talking about a song was made after y'all done had sex. That's corny. And like Joe said, nigga, I know Joe and Rule are good friends or whatnot, but nigga, Rule, you gotta know that was corny, nigga. I don't care how close y'all are, nigga. It's nah.
Well, I watched the full interview, and you know, a lot of those, you know, that topic about Ashanti, you know, Nori, you know what I'm saying, he kind of, you know, alluded to that.
Yeah,
you know? And then, you know, that's been the talk many years. So
yeah,
I think he spoke about it in a past Drink Champs he done, but he didn't go into full detail like he did on this one.
Absolutely not.
Then there's still recent business that's been you know, going on, and I'm a reveal this too, because in the interview he talks about how when they did the documentary, well they doing the documentary now.
Yes, it is tonight actually.
And then they reached out to her 3 separate times. Yeah. And she turned down at all 3.
Absolutely.
All 3 times.
For good reason.
Well, I mean, you know, and you know, when you watch the Drink Champs, he talked about he's not bitter that they broke up, because he talked about, I got, you know, I get women, you know what I'm saying? Ain't the point. What pissed me off is the fact that she told him she didn't want to do this anymore. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to be part of the Inc. And he said, well, you know, to me, this is a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one that built her, you know what I'm saying, career, her whole career, whatever, which is true. Yeah. You watch Fat Joe admitted it. Yeah. Fat Joe, you know, regardless, you know, how you feel about Irv, he did build, you know, Ashanti's career. And, you know, Nori's like, so was that during the time of the FBI situation? And he was like, yeah, I mean, it was a little bit after, but yeah, it was around the time. He's like, well, you got to understand, you know, she ain't built for that, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But he said, yeah, and still, you know what I'm saying, the fact that you didn't want to be a part of, you know, had nothing to do with Murder Inc. anymore, that's what's messing him up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because we can, I mean, you know, Murder Inc. tour, you know what I'm saying? And a whole bunch of other stuff. that that they can do. So,
but he run his mouth too much. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't. But here's the thing: I don't know the ramifications, the ins and outs of their relationship. So I ain't gonna get into that.
But here's another factor of why he run his mouth too much. But somebody actually said it today. You know what I'm saying? Backing off of what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Mike Geronimo.
Ah, yeah, Mike Geronimo. Yeah. See, I didn't like that shit.
Yeah,
that was some bullshit.
That lets you know. And here's something that Mike highlighted from what he said that I've been saying for a lot of years, and niggas thought I was the craziest of the craziest. Especially being from Queens, and niggas, I can't believe you would even say that, or niggas, it was even told that I was hating at the time because I said what I said. Mike Geronimo said exactly what I've been saying for years. Mike Geronimo said, yo, nigga, I probably like 3 beats of what this nigga made. He's all of them other joints was whack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've been saying that for years.
He said truthfully.
Yeah, straight up.
He said truthfully.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for him to get on there, you know what I'm saying? And I seen him when I'm drunk and I don't care for you to be getting on there talking like that. Like, nigga, ain't no bullshit. Nah, that's foul, man. Yeah. That's talking like that will get you killed. Straight up. And eventually, I don't care how much money the nigga got and the deals he got or whatever, the Russian man that he's working with, nigga, you gonna get touched for just running your mouth. Somebody gonna touch you up.
He said, Mike Geronimo said, he was like, it was plenty of times back in those days where nigga, I'm the one that kind of, saved you.
Absolutely.
A couple times.
Absolutely.
You calling me saying, why everybody wanna won't touch me or this, that.
Absolutely. And a lot of that, what I say, backing off for E. You better be glad. If there's anybody that need to be glad a nigga's not here no more, need to be you, nigga. Better be glad E's gone. Cause E would have been the one to touch you. You know what I'm saying? Because I agree. You know what I'm saying? I think he had a lot to do with giving that picture, you know what I'm saying, to Jay-Z. And he probably got it from Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? Being that her mother used to dance in Prodigy's dance studio, probably so. She probably got a lot to do with it too. I'm not taking her out of that situation either. But I think Irv had a lot to do with, getting that picture from her, giving it, to Jay, being that they was affiliated the way that they was. You know what I'm saying? Because just off of that end, nigga, E was gonna touch you. Straight up. So just to have that kind of, arrogance and bravado or whatever, you know what I'm saying, on an interview, you know what I'm saying, just being loose like that, running loosey-goosey, running, your mouth like that. Nah, I don't respect that at all, man. That's the corniest of the corny. There's a time and place for everything. And that wasn't the time or place. And, it's a lot of people that's going to say, well, I respect Rue for just sitting back. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he didn't sit back. If you watch the full interview, when he was calling, at first he was drunk, he was calling the shine, he's like, bitch,
exactly.
Rue stepped in.
Exactly.
Rue stepped in, is like, hey, bro, you can't. You can't call her no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, straight up. Now, I'm just saying it's gonna be a lot of people saying, that they agree, and getting on Rue, for not speaking up or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even Joe said that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
he did,
the fact that even happened like that, for him to be like, nah, you can't. You know what I'm saying? That should have been something from the gate. That should have been, hey man, we about to, like me and bro go do an interview or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that, I done did in my life bro don't agree with or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That, he's like, nah, hey man, if they talk about this or whatever, just chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just chill.
Yeah.
You don't have to put your feelings into it or whatnot. You don't have to bring your emotions into everything.
But let me say this too. He did come back because he went to the restroom. He came back and cleared it up. He's like, You know what I'm saying? When I was saying bitch, I didn't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he had cleared the whole thing up. Like it's just barbershop type.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you got homies that, you know how they talk, you know, I say nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he came back and cleared that up.
Yeah.
And he stopped, you know, saying that or whatever. But, you know, I just want to put that out there too.
Yeah, man. It just, I ain't never been a fan of dude, you know what I'm saying? You always been a sucker to me, even before all of this, before Prodigy's book. You know what I'm saying? He always been one of them funny style, I don't know about this nigga type dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna front when 50 came out, it was going at they head. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, you damn right. I was Team 50. I'm still Team 50. You know what I'm saying? Just for not so much to do with him and Ja. You know what I'm saying? I never really got into that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still a lot of music of Ja's that I love. I went and seen Ja in concert. I can't never turn that down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't never act like I wasn't a fan of Veni Vidi Vici, because that was one time that was one of my top made albums.
I got a story about that too.
Straight up.
When we went to Atlanta back in, I think it was 2002. I'm dating this. It's all good, but you remember we went down there and we bought the Murderers album, and the Ja Rule first album. That was the first time I heard of Vidi Vidi Vici and the Murderers album. I've never heard it. Prior to that. And that was my first encounter, and I was like, damn, I didn't know, this album was, what I'm saying, this dope. So
straight up, man. So I'm not trying to sit up here and act like I wasn't never a Rule fan, because I was, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of his music I'm still a fan of, you know what I'm saying. So it never was Ja verse 50, 50 verse Ja with me, you know what I'm saying. It was more this, this sucker, you know what I'm saying, that was behind it, moving the catalog behind it. It was more him than anything, you know what I'm saying, straight up. So I'm not a fan of dude, you know what I'm saying. I don't like nothing he promote, nothing. And like I said, him being from Queens make my stomach hurt, make me want to throw up, straight up. It really does, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna front Nicki too. A lot of what she do and who she is, she like to female him. Her arrogance and her bravado, both of them, that just makes me want to throw up, because it's like both of them are suckers in my book. I don't care how much people like them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's two sides of Queens. If you from Queens, it's two sides of Queens. You know what I'm saying? It's do's and it's don't do's, and a lot of what they do's is like, you know what I'm saying, it's don't do's or whatever. If I was lying, nigga, you know what I'm saying, ask Bim how you feel about that nigga. You done seen, if you done seen Bim's interview with Vlad, you seen what Bim said. So, you know what I'm saying, when what did Vlad say? He was like, when what he say, the DA tried to, what Bim say on the interview? You know what I'm saying? Man, that straight, because that nigga's a sucker, man. That's why. You know what I'm saying? He try to use joints like this to make himself bigger than what he is. Like, you know what I'm saying? This documentary that's coming on tonight on BET. Like, man, get out. You know what I'm saying? I seen the little commercial for that. He was using the 7 train, and I came on in Queens. I wanted to throw up. Like, nigga, ain't nothing in your blood that's Queens, nigga. Nothing. You ain't never been on the street. Nothing. Nobody in Queens promotes you like that. Nobody in Baisley Projects. Nobody. Ain't nobody rocking with this nigga talking about, yeah, he's one of us. Don't know. When niggas talk about this nigga, it's like, man, get that nigga out of here. It's the reason. It's the reason why niggas do that, because they know you a Herb, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Herb freaking Gotti. That's what your name is, nigga. You the Herb of all herbs. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? on the real, I don't even like talking about this nigga because it just make me sick. You know what I'm saying? But I had to talk about, you know, this documentary and, you know, this interview or whatever. But just for the fact, you know, the disrespect, a lot of it, not just for Ashanti, but Mike Geronimo too. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, you know, for this nigga to come back, and for this to be the second time he came back, I could understand it a little bit more if he spoke about this stuff the first time.
Yeah.
And not the second time, but for this to be the second time and to come out thinking that you could be disrespectful like that, then to say you drunk, that's foul. That's foul. It's foul, and it's corny for a grown man to, you know, to be in that light. But, you know, shout out to Rule, you know what I'm saying, for checking them to be like, nah, you can't do that. I respect that, and not to only, you know, check him, but to also check Joe at Versus when, you know, Joe was disrespecting Little Mo and, you know, the other females, you know what I'm saying? And Rule checked Joe on that, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Rule. That's stand up right there.
And then shout out to Rule for he's got this new event he does called Vibes, where he had different artists perform live with, like, you know, it's like Ronan Sexy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had
Styles and Jada.
Well, recently he had Ghost and Ray on there.
Okay.
And you know, RZA came through or whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like he talked about that on Drink Champs too.
Yeah, when they had
you
the
know
suits on or whatnot.
Then they had mentioned because they did the what do you call it? Quick time with Slime.
Yeah.
And they mentioned you know, Nori said who you think, MOP or Mobb Deep?
Mm-hmm.
And he said Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
So you got to give Irv's accolades.
He don't get that, nigga. I got a challenge. I got a challenge for you. If you so hard like you think you are, nigga, do me a favor. Walk through Queensbridge with nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you think you so hard, just walk through Queensbridge. I guarantee somebody gonna touch you, nigga.
So he mentioned Havoc doing the you know, the vibes, and you know, they was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, because Nori's like, well, it's just Havoc, and he was like, well, he's got, you know, Noid and, you know, the rest of the infamous mob, but then they brought up the you know, the hologram. So maybe he talking about that's the idea in the future that they might do the vibes and have a Prodigy hologram.
Man, rest in peace, Prodigy, nigga.
Yeah.
Prodigy he rolling in his grave right now, man, over that. Straight up. I told my wife when I seen the commercial for this new Tales shows he's doing or whatever, and I seen Survival of the Fittest. I heard that music, I was like, I know Prodigy rolling in his grave right now, man. 'Cause if that nigga was alive and that nigga did that, you best believe that nigga would have found you and smacked that nigga. Guaranteed.
People been like, they said the Talesman is, you know what I'm saying, is pretty. I haven't seen them yet, you know what I'm saying, but I heard it's pretty dope.
Yeah, they decent.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front. They decent. I will give the nigga credit for that. Straight up, they are decent. I seen the last a couple of little joints he did last time, but you know what I'm saying. But nah, I know P would have had a problem with that nigga doing, especially after Bags being gone. Like, nah, man. You know what I'm saying. I hope. I'm gonna say this. I hope he asks Havoc, yo, is it cool if I do this? If Havoc approved it, then so be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they, because I think Rue had talked about, him and Havoc, you know, they straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They cool or whatever. That's why he brought up the whole vibes thing.
Yeah.
About maybe, you know, in the future they gonna figure out something to do with, you know what I'm saying, like Mobb Deep, do a vibes, you know, concert with that, with the live band, and
Well, it's you know, he better than me. I put it like that. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You better than me, you know, straight up. Some things you gotta shake hands on and keep it moving. This ain't one of them things where I ain't mature enough yet to be like, all right, nigga, you know, nah, it's certain things that I can shake on and move on, but this is one of them. This is like top 3 for me. Like, nah, man, straight up. You know what I'm saying? If that nigga got in our DMs, it was like, yo, you know, KRUZE review, you want to put y'all on, you know, I have a problem with it. Bro might be, you know, he might be upset and be like, hey man, this might be something to do. You know, I'm gonna have a problem with it. It's gonna be some things where that nigga gonna be like, I don't know if I can work with this little nigga. Like, nah, he don't like me. Nah, I don't like you, nigga. I'm gonna tell a nigga in his face. Before you say anything, I'm gonna let you know I don't like you, nigga. Straight up, on the real. Get the money and all that you trying to throw. Nah, nigga, I ain't there yet. You know what I mean? I got some things I need to work on. I can say that honestly. I do. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. There's a lot of things that I can get over that happened in the past to where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? With my family being involved, children and all of that. There's a lot of things I can shake on to keep it moving. But I don't know if this is one of them things. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm be honest. But straight up. But like I said, shout out Nas and Mase, man, for doing these docs. Yeah. Super dope, man. Please make some more. You know what I'm saying? And shorty, she got rugs on her head. About to be blown off. Esco. I don't know who you need to get with to make it happen, but you need to make it happen, man. Please give it somebody.
We gonna take this out and, you know, DM you, put it on, man. You know.
Please.
Put it, you know.
Please make a Prodigy movie. That needs to happen. It's too much history to detail, to not be detailed of P, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to hip hop. You know, and I ain't just talking about him himself. I'm talking about, you know, his grandfather, Bud Johnson, rest in peace. His grandmother, you know, having the first dance school in Queens, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to her. You know, his mother being a singer, you know, rest in peace to her. He has way too much history for it not to be a movie made about him. His father being, you know, in the streets and all of that, you know. P needs a movie. I don't know who I would get to play him. I don't, because I don't know no actors or anybody that look like him, let alone that can sound like him. I don't know, but you know, I'm sure that somebody can be found, you know, to play P. But we definitely need, you know, a Prodigy movie, you know. And I'm saying that as one of his biggest fans ever. But it's just, you know, it's just too much history to detail. You know, this is like yearly, you know, I listen to Only Built for Cuban Links at least once a year, maybe twice, you know. But Prodigy's book, you know, I have it on download on Audible. I can listen to it at any time. I gotta listen to his book at least twice a year, you know. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that. I'm sure there's many fans around the world that feels like that are Prodigy fans. So yeah, like I said, I don't know how y'all can make it happen, but let's go play a hand in it and make it happen. Like Bro said, we gonna DM you on this alone. We're gonna take this out, you know what I'm saying, on the real. Yeah. You got something else to add to it, bro?
Nah, man, that's about it. You know what I'm saying? That was, you know, how we feel about the Supreme Team and his new Drink Champs documentary, and Mase and Betha and
BlueFace.
Yeah, the BlueFace.
Yeah.
You know, so y'all make sure y'all click, share this video, like this video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man.
You
do
know?
it all. We need it all.
Yeah.
No doubt. But nevertheless, you rocking with the freshest, the KRUZE review. I'm fly, don't ask your mother why.
Auntie P.
Yeah, we out of here, yo.
Yeah.
It is. Irv Gotti. You a sucker, nigga. You a sucker, like Fat Joe said. We out of here, yo.